Could have been.
And we're back. Episode
Yes, we are.
18. Going
Shutting my studio
straight.
door.
Oh yeah, great. We're click dragging this live stream straight into the garbage folder. This is gonna be the one I don't even post.
You did open it up with kid fucking. I believe that was the first word.
No, I didn't. I opened the IGTV up. I finished it with kid fucking. Okay,
We were live
and it
on
was
here.
a disclaimer.
We were live on here, so you know
that's true.
we catch the goodies.
What is up,
bro.
Jeff Lubin? Yo, stay tuned because I got a segment for you towards the end of the show, buddy.
There we go, Jeff. There we go. You've been.
Yeah,
warned,
you're
my
gonna
friend.
love it. Tell all your friends, especially if they live in San Antonio. First things first, we're going to discuss our boy Tekashi 6ix9ine, the king of New York, the king of music, the king of house arrest, who's now off house arrest. Tekashi got off house arrest. He's been in the streets, literally doing meet and greets, shaking hands, kissing babies. All right, hopefully he's not kissing too many babies because, you know, COVID and kid fucking and whatnot. Allegedly, his girlfriend Jade is pregnant. The rapper has yet to comment or confirm this, so we don't actually know. But, you know, congratulations to him, maybe? Jade's one of the dancers that was in his video for Gooba, so I'm sure you're a fan of her. I don't know what color hair she had, but she's the one with the Tekashi tat. The one with his face.
There's a girl that's like prominently featured in Punani in the new one. Is it her? There's like the one girl he's dancing with, but I don't see a tattoo on her, and I don't know.
I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah, I would have to watch.
I gotta say too, since converting to 1080p, your lips don't line up with your mouth unless you really got good at ventriloquism.
What? Really?
Yeah.
It looks like they do. It looks like they're on my end, matching up, sir. I don't know.
Okay.
Do I need to move the mouth
They're not
more?
on my end, so I'm just gonna roll with it. We'll figure it out.
I think we're good. Let me make sure we're still live. Are we still live, people? Can you
We're
see
still
us?
live.
It says
Yeah.
live. It says
Nope,
we're
we
good.
already got canceled. Yep, sorry. It's over.
I have some.
Time to pack it up and go home.
I have some added tidbits of news, but continue. Go on with what you were saying.
So Tekashi is pregnant, meet and greets, just dropped a new song, Punani. I gotta say it's probably the weakest out of all the new material, but it's still a good club banger. I think what's really hurting it is if we had clubs in New York right now, they'd probably be playing that shit. I think it'd be down for that type of crowd, but no clubs, no mass gatherings. The biggest news in the Tekashi front is that he's beefing with Rich the Kid again, and this shit is funny to me.
Why?
Rich the Kid's got $200,000 in unpaid jewelry debt to a jeweler in Beverly Hills. Tekashi called him out on that, and I think that's where you came up with the idea for Detective 6ix9ine. Of like being like a private investigator and shit because he's like sniffing shit out.
That's what I said with the whole billboard thing. He's going straight to the sources, dude. He's going out there and putting his neck on the line, trying to get the real data.
Oh yeah. So Rich the Kid and Tekashi have called each other names back and forth, real classy. The latest and the way it ended was, you know, Rich the Kid flying into New York saying the king is back, and Tekashi posted a picture of Rich the Kid talking to police with the caption "Snitch Forever."
Oh, no.
I don't know if he's the one to be calling people out for snitching, but it's funny. I love a double-edged sword. That just means you can swing it front or back and still kill someone.
I mean, we're not talking 6ix9ine, the lyrical genius over here. We're talking 6ix9ine, who's gonna say some shit to get a rise out of people. So when he calls somebody else a narc or a snitch, it's kind of great. Like,
Unlike
of course
me,
he's
who
gonna
says
get
shit to
pissed.
get a rise out of people, but is also a lyrical genius, a wordsmith, and the master of the verbal gems.
Yeah. I got some added tidbits on the news. Did I already tell you that?
Yeah, go for it. I don't have anything else on the Tekashi front.
So it has been announced that Kanye West has been removed from the Illinois ballot for only having 1,900 signatures.
I've seen that, yeah.
Womp womp, Kanye. I'm sorry, buddy. I was
Shout out to my cousin who said I'm a fucking idiot for wanting to vote for Kanye.
What? Oh, I thought they were talking shit in here. I was about to go into the group and defend you right now.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Absolutely none of my family is keyed up
shit.
that this shit exists. I don't want
I
them
didn't think
watching.
so.
I don't want them commenting.
I didn't think
Don't
so.
even bother going on Facebook and looking for them. They don't have my last name. You'll never find them.
Okay. All right.
I've taken
Slow
extreme
down.
measures to block my family.
Yeah, you clearly.
Was that it on the Kanye front?
Yeah, I thought that was newsworthy, noteworthy.
It is newsworthy. I think we need to do like a Kanye bipolar watch, and just like
Ooh.
check up on Kanye and all his episodes. Him and Kim might be getting divorced because he alleges some crazy shit, and she's married to a bipolar crazy man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it that the Kardashians drive every man to like mental illness?
We talked about this, and I feel like we need to send out a bat signal to all of them and go, "Hey, my guys, maybe let's have a huddle up."
Okay, it's too late for like Lamar Odom and Rob, so we're just. It's not Rob Kardashian. What was the dude's name? Is it Rob that Courtney was with?
Yeah, but it's not Rob
But
Kardashian.
there's also like a Rob Kardashian, right? And he's
the
kind
brother.
of a loser.
He's the one that got fat, I think. He's the one.
Yeah, he got fat. He was the one that banged China Doll, or no, Black China.
Yep. Yes.
I know it was one of the big asses. He
So,
banged
it's one
her,
of the
got her
Chinas.
knocked up, and it's one of the Chinas.
And got his life into the shitter because they had a reality television show, I think, for a brief second, and he looked like he was going to commit suicide on camera constantly. I remember that about him. He was pushed to the brink on national television a couple of times, and I don't have pity for him at all.
Contrary to popular belief, this episode is brought to you by anti-suicide campaigns. Don't kill yourself. It costs exactly nothing not to kill yourself. Remember that. It's a pandemic, people. A lot of people out of jobs. It costs nothing to not kill yourself. In other news, E! News is canceled. Somehow, the only news show on the E! channel, the entertainment channel, is now canceled. Citing that NBC Universal is going in a different direction. They're cutting a bunch of shows because of the pandemic. I think there is now a void to be filled. First of all, TMZ is better, and then you have us.
Fair. Yeah. Here we go. The best and worst.
If there's no E! News, why don't we just call our segment E! News?
The most bringing you the best and worst in music, entertainment, my friends, and fashion. I think that E! probably looked at themselves as like, hey, what's going on in Hollywood and what can we do? I can't imagine it going anywhere else other than under, since the only story to really cover in Hollywood right now is how they're fucking kids. Once again, we're back to this. We're just
gonna have to call this episode "Fucking Kids."
Back to this topic at hand. But hey, when all of Hollywood is literally fucking kids and that's all you can cover, yeah, you probably don't want to cover them. You probably don't want to praise a bunch of people that are assholes. You probably don't want Ellen dancing on your red carpet when you do your fucking interviews for millions and millions of dollars and
I like E! News just because I thought that was kind of a show that was like a catch-all. Like if you were a former reality TV show star or host, or maybe you were on BET back in 2003 and 106 in Park is now over. It's kind of a catch-all for people like that. Or Mario Lopez. I don't know if he's on that or Extra tonight or ET.
Yeah, Extra or Access Hollywood.
They're like the same. They're like the same shit.
But I was gonna say the same shit. I was gonna say Mario Lopez, but then I remembered. I'm like, oh, he's not on E.
He's on one of them, but God, those dimples are perfect.
I know.
I just felt like
can we praise Mario Lopez for not getting nailed in this Me Too or anything? He's doing a good job.
Yeah, thanks for like no one on the Saved by the Bell cast for fucking kids.
Yeah, Slater, what's up, dude? Getting it.
Yeah. Big props to you and your whole movement of not fucking kids.
Either that or you're broke and you're.
I'm gonna count how many times we say fucking kids in this show.
We're already at like 7, so.
So my idea is that we have our own segment called E! News, but it has nothing to do with entertainment. We actually just give news updates on ecstasy and like the price of it in our local neighborhood and maybe in like big markets. We talk about like the different like shapes of the pills going around. Maybe they're like red naked ladies or Transformers or Decepticons.
Little Wendy's dolls. Yep.
Oh, Wendy's doll, that'd be dope.
Yep.
Or like, maybe it's in the shape of Billie Eilish. And speaking of Billie Eilish, I just wanted to randomly bring this up because it's pissed me off.
Yes,
Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal Studios got canceled. The Halloween event that Universal does. So they revealed what was the planned haunted houses they were going to have. I believe there was like 8 or 10 of them, some even number. They look fucking great. They look like there was going to be some really cool ones. One of them was Billie Eilish House of Monsters. What the fuck is she? What would she have? Like, you just play her music in a crowded room
Oh
full of her
no.
fans, and it would be the biggest nightmare I could ever imagine. I mean, what the hell does she know about monsters? She doesn't even like Eminem. Like, oh God. If like,
Okay. All right. You're right there.
if like, look, if there were 7 musicians that I could get rid of, I would shoot
I
Billie Eilish
know.
7 times.
I know. Ah, shit. Ah, man. So,
I just randomly remembered that. I was like, you know what? She had a
oh
haunted house. That's
man,
fucking stupid.
I
Like, I
know.
remember we started one of these podcasts. Do
I mean,
you believe in Billie Eilish? Because I don't.
I don't hate Billie Eilish. I mean, I'm not mad at her.
I
I
don't hate
think that
her.
yeah,
I
you do.
despise her.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. In a weird way, I think you might be kind of attracted to her. In a weird way. I don't think she's of age yet, though, so I don't know if that's
No,
accurate.
she's legal now.
Is
It
she?
didn't
Okay.
change a thing.
Oh, okay. Did it not? No? Is that why you don't like her?
You know what? I liked her better when she was 7. No, God,
I
that's
liked
like
her
people
better when
who.
she was.
We had a friend who was counting down the days of the Olsen twins turning 18, and I always thought to myself,
Yeah, we
who
did.
cares? Like,
Yeah,
what did
plus
they
they were
ever
a couple
do
years.
to like make you think? Like, mind you, we were in high school at the time, so I believe we were still like 17, so it's not really bad. But
I think
they
about it
never
now.
did anything to appear attractive to me.
But I think about it now, and I look back on like, have you just had this thing for the Olsen twins since they were on Full House when they were like 4 years old, or what is this? Or were you just like a really big twin? What was the movie they were in? The fucking
They have
double
a
take.
1,000 movies.
I know, and they're not even that good looking right now.
Oh, dude.
Olsen twins. What is up? What
I
happened?
think it was
The
just that they
stress of
were
life.
like
The
two
stress of
blonde
famous.
twins.
Yeah, the stress of fame. The stress of definitely them and Macaulay Culkin have just had
I
some hard times.
I would rather watch a movie with Jessica Alba and Alf.
Didn't wasn't Heath Ledger dating Ashley Olsen when he fucking committed suicide? Wasn't that like a thing for a second? Didn't they blame her
Yes, and
for
I
it?
believe she
Yeah,
supplied him
that
the
was real
drugs that
hard.
may have caused his overdose.
No, that wasn't factual, was it? That wasn't facts.
That was a story. We don't
Wow, that would
report
be
facts, we report stories.
what?
It's not a fact that a date or a member fucked their young fans. It's a
Okay,
story.
okay.
Again, don't fuck kids, especially if you're in a pop punk band. Like,
11.
rule number 1 should be don't fuck kids. Rule number 2, eat pizza. Rule number 3,
Yes.
sing about your friends.
I think
Whoa!
I think rule number 3 is a very decent. Be kind. Frankie said that last week. He was just like, "Be kind." Was his number 1. That's a decent number 3 behind not fucking kids and not being an asshole to your
I
fans.
thought the best advice Frankie gave was when he was talking about Victory Records, who I know a lot of people view as like the devil and they would never go there and they're afraid of them. He was pretty clear that like, yo, they threw us some really fat checks at the end because we were willing to be broke for 4 years. If you're in a band and you really care about the art and the music and you're not in it for the numbers, which I couldn't do it because I am. You go out there, you make art, and you spread it to as many people as possible, and you sacrifice. And I don't think maybe 80% of these bands want to sacrifice a damn thing.
Yeah, that's true. I
It's
can see that.
difficult.
Or they don't have the right. They don't conceptualize it properly. They have the wrong idea.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've been in bands. They didn't get signed. We didn't go anywhere, but we've seen plenty of bands that are signed that are successful, and we've seen bands that are not successful and they fell from grace. You can see the difference in the attitude and the grind, and it's
Yeah.
clear who's going to make it and who's not. And then, there's a few occasions like when a band slips through the cracks, you're like, how the fuck did they not get big? Like, I don't know.
Jeffrey Lubin says we're missing number 4 rule, and that's to
Always talk about your hometown.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
No,
that.
if
Jeffrey.
it's pop punk, that is definitely true.
Pop
But
punk,
specifically to pop punk. If you're in a post-hardcore band, nobody gives a shit where you're from. Especially
True.
if it's anywhere in Michigan.
True.
Sorry, Michigan.
Unless you're a Skylit Drive, because that was a kicker you got, because they were talking about Lodi and shit all the time.
Yeah, their Lodi is actually not far from my hometown. And when I spoke to Kyle Simmons, the keyboard player, he said that they played like a high school battle of the bands at Wilsey Wood, which was a high school in Vacaville in my hometown, and I thought that was crazy. So like any NorCal bands, I always had that connection. Like that's how I found Dance Gavin. A lot of bands. I mean, hell, Slaves is considered a Sacramento band, so
Yeah.
we'll be talking about them later. Other news. Megan Thee Stallion has finally spoken up since being shot in the foot by Tory Lanez. She was shot while trying to exit the rapper's vehicle. She says,
shit.
quote, I feel betrayed by a friend. And she says that it's not funny because a lot of people have poked fun at her getting shot, making jokes on the internet, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever. So my question would be, how would you feel being shot? Would you forgive the shooter? And what if I shot you?
Are you ready for a real life scenario and experience I'm about to share with you?
Don't tell me you got shot.
I didn't get shot by an actual gun, but I will tell you what happened. So one night, I believe you might have been there. Do you remember that one night after Nick's one of his birthdays where we went driving around and we just paintballed the entire desert? We just drove around with paintball guns and we were shooting up everything.
I've never done a
Clay.
drive-by with a
Robert-
paintball gun.
Robert was in town. A bunch of people came by. We ended up partying at
This sounds like
Nixon's.
something I purposely stayed behind for.
Didn't do. Yeah, purposely didn't hang out for. Okay, so anyways, so we get to Nixon's house to rage, right? Because his fucking mom was like, "Come over and party," and like, we're like,
She
"All
was
right,
hot.
cool."
He was a dick.
And so we come over, and me and Nick have those like pump action paintball guns that we used to have, and I was shooting it at his feet, fucking with him, right? And this motherfucker cocks it and shoots it at my face, and it hits me dead between the fucking eyes and the forehead, and I went off. I almost like Clay and
You almost killed him?
I was so mad. I was like, why would you shoot me, dude? What if that hit me in the eye, bro? What if that hit me in the fucking eye, dude? I was
There's a
so
lot of
upset.
things he does before he thinks.
I did too. Hey, I did too. And
You mean
I
like
look
when you went
back at it-
streaking on your 18th birthday and shoved a candlestick up your ass, Roman
That was
candle?
16. That was 16.
16. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait, hey, you got to keep the underage theme going, you know?
Fucking kids.
We do things before we think. And now that doesn't excuse fucking Tory Lanez for shooting Megan Thee Stallion as she's
Neither
trying to
does
leave
having
the
a
car.
Fire album.
But no, you don't forgive him. He shot you. That's not to say I didn't forgive Nick. But the point is, people need to have consequences for their actions. And if you're going to shoot a loaded weapon, a loaded gun, a very dangerous, violent, murderous weapon at somebody, it better be for the fucking right reasons. And for them leaving your car because you're probably being a violent asshole is not the reason. What Tory Lanez probably needs is help. He probably needs some sort of like counseling. He probably has an anger problem. He probably goes off the rails sometimes. And he just needs help. That's all. Megan Thee Stallion has every right to be pissed off. She has every right to be upset that people are making fun of her. She did get shot. She could have died. Like, I don't know if people think that.
I mean, he shot her in the foot.
Well,
You're going to make her walk with a limp. That's kind of fucked up.
he also could have shot her in the face, is my point.
He could have.
People are
if
laughing
he
at the fact she
aimed
got
it at her
shot.
face.
He could have killed her. Yeah, he could have killed her, and like people are laughing. Oh, she got shot. Well, like, no, it's not funny. You're right. Yeah, no, it's not funny. It's not funny. She got fucking shot, you assholes. They're like, what? By her friend. She was fucking him. Like, what? The person you're in love with, you're not supposed to, huh?
I've heard a lot of people saying that she just falls for these gangsta ass dudes like Moneybag Yo, Stunner for Vegas, people like that. That she
Don't know
wants to be
any of them.
affiliated with these gangsters, and like, I don't care. Like, hang out in the trap house, whatever. It still doesn't make it okay that you got shot. Doesn't make it excusable that you shot Megan Thee Stallion. That's the thing too. Like rappers, if you want to shoot a girl, don't shoot a famous girl. Shoot someone less famous that doesn't have a big social media following. No, okay, I'm kidding. Don't shoot women. Shoot guys. Nothing? All right, whatever.
You guys. No,
I think
dude.
I think the
Oh,
dynamic between me and you would be a lot more interesting if I shot you. Like non-lethal, of course, you know.
Like in the leg or some shit?
Like a clean, you know, through and through. It's like, because it'd be like episode like 1000. We could be like, remember that time I shot you? See, Brian, this is why I fucking shot you that one time.
You just blame me all the time. Fucking.
This is why I fucking shot you.
Nah, man. See, no. And you know what, Megan? Don't go back. Don't go back.
Yeah, don't
because
go
the
back,
minute-
please.
The minute you let someone shoot you and think that's an acceptable way of handling things,
he gonna do
he's
it
gonna
again.
walk all over you. Do you understand me? So don't let that happen, girl.
Don't be another Rihanna Chris Brown, because it's a miracle Chris didn't hit her again. Rihanna kept going back to that, and I don't know. She's from the Caribbean. She can take a hit. Megan, I don't know. Is she from Atlanta?
She's from the
What?
Caribbean. She got a strong jaw.
She has a very strong jawline. She's a beautiful woman.
A real punchable forehead. Her
Oh
forehead.
God, a lot of beautiful women in the Caribbean. Shouts to them. Shouts to anyone living on an island, except Rhode Island. Fuck you.
Yeah, Rihanna's not one of them.
She doesn't live
Rihanna's
on an
not one of
island now.
No, I know. But you
Are
said
you
a lot
saying
of hotties
she's-
come from fucking. She's not hot. No, I said she has a punchable forehead. Did you not hear me? I said she
All
has a
right,
very
someone
punchable
hashtag
forehead.
BLM so they can get on Brian for that comment. So
Someone
now we're
fight
gonna
me.
get
Rihanna
into
has
me.
a punchable forehead.
God, I'm sure I've said that off camera at some point, but it's all jokes, Rihanna. We love you. Unless you're singing hooks with Kanye. Stay the fuck off his album. Now we're going to get into the segment where I get to rip into more artists. Your favorite rapper, Logic, recently said
What
that
are you fucking talking about? You're so stupid.
Logic recently said that Joe Budden's words make people want to kill themselves. I'd say his music makes me want to kill myself. God.
Wow. Okay.
Logic also says that the internet is going to call his baby ugly, and that is the main reason that he's retiring, because of bullying. Does he know these internet marks don't matter? Like, I come on my podcast and I talk shit about him. It didn't stop his final album from getting more sales. It didn't, like, get a big steamroll going of people shitting on Logic. How can you be a rapper and be so fragile? Like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard of. I mean, there's mean things said about everyone in entertainment. So how are you that weak and fragile? Like, I always thought Logic was kind of a pussy, but like, whoo, dude, I can't even go back and listen to the good songs now after you said that. Like, he's leaving the rap game for bullying. The rap game, Brian. The rap game.
Hey, I didn't even leave the rap game for bullying, alright? So that's not to fucking.
What?
I said I didn't even leave the rap game for bullying.
I know what you said. You don't need to repeat it.
Because, I don't know.
Wow, I love that screeching. That's going to get amplified when I run this through dynamic processing.
It'll be fine. Is that a fact that he was getting bullied? I mean, I think that's.
It didn't
he's just
happen
voicing
yet.
his opinion. What do you mean?
Like, Logic has been bullied, but the comments about Joe Budden, like, is Joe Budden's words
because he
make
made
people
those
want to kill themselves. Joe Budden's always saying outlandish shit. Joe Budden gets bullied. You think he's at home crying about it? No. Stacking. I mean, and then he says, like, people are going to call his baby ugly. Well, maybe don't have an ugly baby. Shit.
Where does the baby ugly come? What? Yeah.
He said that. Didn't that stupid?
If he's really that concerned about people calling his baby ugly, I mean,
Maybe not have a baby. Maybe not have an ugly one. Maybe get a hotter baby mama. There's things you can do to prevent that.
I think remember Stray Kids though? Oh no. Yeah,
Yes, how could anyone forget little Adolf or Adonis? Sorry, what's his name?
How can we forget the photo where Drake did not want to be in it? Like, can we forget the fact that Drake?
How could we forget the fact that he wanted to reveal his son in a fucking shoe commercial? How could we forget?
his fucking his mean ass mug that he has in the family photo for the first time.
They say
horrendous. Oh,
the story is with that picture is that he doesn't want to claim the kid because he looks too white.
Right.
Which is hilarious to me as a white man.
Drake looks too white. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense.
Drake raps too white. Call me crazy. Shit, at least you're calling.
Drake's the whitest person to ever say the N-word.
Oh my God. Yo, next to Klan members? Yeah.
So back to your point on
Yeah, back to Logic being a bitch.
Hey man, I've always been a proponent of if you're going to live your life in the entertainment industry and live your life in the public eye, you need to have thick skin. I don't think he quit or retired because of bullying. Him and Joe Budden.
His words, not mine.
Him and Joe Budden have a little bit of a beef, and I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to make Joe Budden a victim of probably some sort of like outrage or cancel culture. And like, hey, I don't really like that road. I don't feel that anybody, yeah, you can't you can't say that Joe Budden says things that make people want to kill themselves when nobody has directly killed themselves to something Joe Budden has said.
I mean,
And
yeah,
it's
damn, at least like kill
is he
yourself first to have some ground to stand on. Like
I
Joe Budden's got beef with a lot of people. You're in a big club.
yeah, and I think that at the I mean, what did he make fun of your kid? And is that why you're afraid that people are gonna worry about your kid? Like, logic, you're not a bad looking dude, and you pull tail, and isn't your wife super hot? Like what?
Can you
I'm
highlight
sure
that
you're.
awful question that Jeff Lubin just asked?
What happened to Hobo Johnson?
I mean,
Shout
I
out
was
to Hobo
hoping you'd just
Johnson.
show it without reading it. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
display
yeah, yeah.
that really quickly and keep your finger over it.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real.
Oh, wow. You've already blew it. I'm done.
Well, I
Show's
needed
over.
to go back.
And we're back.
I needed to go to the stream. I wasn't.
This
I
is
was
now
doing
episode 19. The last episode concluded already. Oh my god. Oh man. I'm gonna have to fire you and get a fucking cam girl as my co-host. This is unacceptable. Like it was a one-liner joke I had for him. All right,
Wait,
all right.
hold on,
Bring it
hold
up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Get ready. Get ready to exit it out too.
Hold on,
All right.
go.
What happened to Hobo Johnson? Jeffrey Lubin asked. Nobody gives a shit. Okay, he was terrible. Moving on. Hobo Johnson made music for people that have no taste in music. Like people that only listen to artists that want to be obscure. The type of people that like find all these scene bands. Like, I love the Number 12 Looks Like You. They're such a good band. And then when your classmates like them, I don't even like that band anymore. They went mainstream. How does a grindcore band go mainstream? Like, fuck. Hobo Johnson's trash. He was never good. I could find 6 Hobo Johnsons at any random Dance Gavin show in the country.
He
Facts.
says peaches. He says peaches. Why does he say peaches?
I have no idea what that means. Is that a song title? Because I've never listened to the guy. Moving on.
There you go.
Check out Jeff Lubin and his band Gleaming Streets, or don't, because he's a Hobo Johnson fan, and that's enough of a strike. Modern day Beethoven wait, hold on. Which was it Mozart or show? Who was the dude who cut his ear off? Which composer like mutilated himself?
Van Gogh, the artist.
Okay, yeah, I would say he's more of a. He should have been a modern day Van Gogh and cut his fucking mouth off. Terrible. Please move on. Yeah, he ain't fucking lying. Okay.
Jeffrey's our producer. We're going to the next segment.
All right, in the realm of
Shout out
other
Jeffrey.
artists that I don't fuck with, J.Cole wants to become an NBA player. Yeah. The
Oh,
Detroit
man.
Pistons are going to give him a tryout. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I hope you play ball better than you rap.
full circle back to
But
the thing. We were talking about how fucking he was a baller in that Ninja. Remember how him and Kanye
Valid
balled
point.
up Ninja? Yeah, dude. Maybe him and J. Cole should go at it on the court.
Why is it that all these rappers want to be ballers and all these ballers want to be rappers? How many ballers have we had go and rap mediocre? R.I.P. Kobe. We've had Shaq. Damian Lillard might be the best rapper in the NBA right now.
Can I say
Allen
something about
Iverson.
Shaq? Can I say
Ron
something about Shaq?
Artest. What? Shaq Pizza?
I saw Shaq at Hard last year on a DJ set. He was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
He's got a reality show right now chronicling the DJ sets. I'd rock out to a Shaq set. Why not?
Hard
Sounds
Summer.
fun.
He's gigantic. He stands over his fucking crew that he has with him because of course he has a fat posse and fat crew up on stage with him, and they're going hype the entire fucking time. And he gets on the mic and he fucking gets into the crowd. Or not into the crowd, but he gets in it with the crowd, asks some questions. Fucking mega hype man himself. Shaq is a fucking hype man, bro. That's exactly what he is. Now that I think about it, great performance from him. Rapping, I don't know, but DJ set, get it, my guy.
The DJ set's cool to me because that tells me like you're not really in it for the money, even though like you can earn good money at that shit, but like you're just up there having fun. Being a rapper is more of like you want to show off and boast and be a tough guy or be like cooler than you are. And it's weird to me. Like you look at the rap world of dudes that balled. Okay, Master P was in the minor leagues. He was in the what they called the D League at the time. That's now the G League. I believe he was with the minor league affiliate to the Toronto Raptors, if I'm not mistaken. Because at the time, New Orleans had no NBA team. My favorite rapper, Cameron, he was an okay baller, played in high school. Drake is not. J. Cole is not. Damian Lillard's like an okay rapper, way better baller. Shaq's not a good rapper. Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant weren't that great of rappers. Amazing ballers.
Didn't Master P have basketball shit in all his music videos like constantly? They were dunking all
I
the
know
time in
the
their
make him
music
say
videos.
on video he is sitting in the basket rapping.
Yes, yes, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure in what was the fucking booty song that they had?
Dude, Master P's got so many albums.
I
There's
know.
only two I actually enjoyed.
There's a booty one where I'm almost positive they were like bouncing baskets off the booties. Almost
Ghetto
positive.
D and Game Face, if you want to look up some Master P. I just think it's weird, like how you have everything as a rapper, but you still want more. I don't expect J. Cole to make it. I don't expect anyone in that type of situation to go and get a tryout and make it in the G League or the NBA. I also don't think J. Cole is a good rapper. Controversial take. I know a lot of people like J. Cole. I don't. J. Cole's not a good rapper. Okay, that's not an opinion. That's a fact. J. Cole is not good. He just tries to be good. He's only good for internet stans who love backpack music and want to see it like at the forefront, a la Kanye West, College Dropout. But then as soon as their favorite backpack rapper gets signed and gets famous, they fucking hate him. J. Cole's boring. I've never seen the guy smile. He doesn't have hot bars. Dude cares too much about his community, cares too much about positive shit. Sell a brick, dunk a basketball, do something special. You know, I've never even seen him dunk. Like, show me you can dunk, and then maybe I'll respect you.
You're being
Respect.
chastised for caring about your community too much.
I bet he raises
Wow.
his kids too. Whack.
Oh man. Oh shit. You're definitely getting canceled now.
Speaking of being thrown in
It
jail for
wasn't
being
the
a
kid
shitty
fucking.
rapper, my boy Juelz Santana is a free man. Just got out of prison yesterday, I believe it was. Juelz Santana made a simple mistake that, Brian, I'm sure you do this all the time. He accidentally brought a loaded firearm and 8 oxycodone pills onto in his duffel bag going through TSA at the airport.
You know
Uh,
what? I dabble sometimes.
right? Yeah. So it went through TSA security. It got scanned. He got flagged, and he said, "Well, why go and answer questions when I could just bail out this bitch?" And so he did. And then he did the responsible thing, and he turned himself in. He had a court case and pled guilty to a few things, got the charges reduced, and he spent over a year in federal medium security prison. You know, federal charges, 2 gun charges he had. He is a free man. He's out today. So Dipset in the building. Shouts to them. Anyone who likes rap from 2002 knows what I'm talking about. What is up, Philip Mitchell? I'm glad you tuned in to our briefly hip hop episode. Jeff Lubin is talking way too goddamn much. I gotta stop. I gotta ignore his comments. Anything to add about Juelz Santana? Were you sad he was in jail? You didn't even know he was in jail, did you?
Yeah, we actually talked about this several times, and in the background I was going Jules because I was going to Santana. But yeah, no, I'm hyped for him. That's cool.
I got a friend. Yeah, good song.
Yeah, no,
He also
I was
had a
singing it.
Free Santana mixtape that came out while he was locked up. That shit was fire. Love Juelz Santana. So glad he's home, back with his family. COVID sucks. This I found really interesting. France, good old France, you know, home of the strong man.
Here we
France
go.
wants France wants to lower the legal age of consent to 15. Now, why do I bring this up? Not because I endorse some crazy shit like that, but because if the US adopted this, we could still listen to our favorite bands. You could still listen to A Day to Remember guilt-free. You could still jam
Oh.
Pierce the Veil guilt-free. Because I
you'll
still
never
jam Pierce
listen-
the Veil. It's just the guilt that gets me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it. I get it. I was going to go, but you never listen to Blood on the Dance Floor.
Oh yeah, true. I did not. Well, you know what? Fun fact, I watched their set at Warped Tour one year because I figured I would never pay money to go see them. And their set was fucking incredible for what their awful music is. I mean, he had this gun that like shot water and he said, "It's like I'm coming on the whole front row." And then they had a song about pirate butt sex. I wish I was paraphrasing, but that's literally what it was about.
Like a maid and a maiden and a pirate in there. And
Oh,
he's
I don't
fucking the
know if
maiden in
it's
the
like
butt, or it's
dude
two
on
pirates
dude or
just
dude on
dick
girl.
dicking. Just dick
Yeah, I don't
dunking
know if
in
it's
the-
like peg legging. I have no idea, but they had a song and dance routine to it.
Shout out to Peg Legs. Everybody go check out Kids in the Sandbox. Or not Kids in the Sandbox. Two Dudes, One Stone.
I think that's gay porn, so don't do that. But yeah, so do you think the U.S. should adopt this, and should Austin Carlisle be tried and convicted and publicly executed?
Absolutely not. And yes. Next question. No.
Cool.
No, so listen real quick. So, never mind. Yeah, just no. Go. No, let's skip it. No, not important.
So while we're on the topic of fucking kids,
Oh, God damn it.
here's a magazine that is fucking kids heads up. The artist Yungblud might be the most overrated artist in the scene.
Yeah, I remember you said we were going to talk about this, and I meant to look this gentleman up. I've never heard of him for what it's worth, but continue.
Good, and I'll tell you why. Because you're not subscribed to AP Magazine, but if you're like one of our million subscribers, or you're 15 years old and live in Ohio, you definitely have a subscription to AP Magazine, Alternative Press. They've been promoting this guy Yungblud for like at least a year now. I've heard his music.
Whoa.
It's mediocre at best. Yeah, he's got a little
blood. BLUD. Gross.
He's got a little, what's the term for it? Pig nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
So basically, he does these photo shoots ripping off other artists like Green Day or Sex Pistols, all this shit. And then AP puts out an article saying, oh, he's inspired by this band and he released a new single, blah, blah, blah. They're just shoving this guy down your throat the same way that they shove Sleeping with Sirens down your throat for 3 years. I just think it's outrageous because I'm seeing this dude on my timeline on Instagram all the time, and it's like, this is the only page I've ever seen praise him. I've never once heard a fan, like, especially like the opinions I value, like teenagers that would come out and tell us like what their favorite music is. No one's ever told me they listen to Yungblud or they like that shit. If anyone told me they liked Yungblud, they meant the Youngbloods and they meant that song Damn from '04.
Mr.
You
Blood
don't
is
give a
from
damn, we don't give a fuck.
Mr. Blood is from Doncaster, Yorkshire, England. He is
All right,
23
so I
years
was
old.
right about the England thing.
He is 23 years old. Yeah, there's a lot. He's an activist.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
I think if you
I've
wear
never
a
heard
flag
of
in a
him.
photo shoot, you become an activist.
He has had some like pretty mainstream accolades. He's been on the Late Night Show with Stephen Colbert.
He's been thrusted into the mainstream because, dude, look up his albums. There's no underground releases. The dude is an industry plant.
Stuff with Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, I mean it's like your generic scene meets like mainstream kind of, right?
How
He's
can
gotta
you
take,
tell
like, the
me
pop
he's
or the
critically
punk or the-
acclaimed when you're the only critics that are acclaiming him?
Probably because he has primary duties on the Netflix on 13 Reasons Why.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
the
you right now
soundtrack.
what it is.
The soundtrack.
Either his management or his label has paid Alternative Press Magazine for all the coverage, because they don't just send journalists out to cover artists that they think are going to be big. Like with us, when we have to go and find a guest, we try to get you someone that's relevant, like a Frankie or a Currents, someone that has an album that's new and out right now for them to discuss. We had Ingested on. They dropped a couple guest features that are going to be on their album before it even comes out. We try to do that for you. No one's paid their way to be on here. Alternative Press takes money to feature artists in interviews and features and fold-outs. And you know how many fucking fold-outs Yungblud is on with like smeared makeup or a bloody nose? It's just fuck.
I mean, he's got singles with Halsey, Travis Barker. He's if he's been thrusted by somebody into a very like eclectic mix of people to where he's gonna be hanging around that pop culture and that style. I've never heard any of his music. I can't tell you if he's good or not. I can
If
tell
I
you
met
that
one
whoever is
fan,
putting
I would shut
money-
up.
Whoever is putting up money for him is like putting him in front of a lot of what I would consider like expensive people. I mean, he's in front of everybody. From what it seems like anyways. I mean, and if he is just really like, I mean, I haven't heard of him. And then outside of the 13 Reasons Why soundtrack, which I'm assuming that's his accolade, is that he probably has a hand in that, and people are probably praising him for it because he does also work with mainstream artists, and for whatever reason has like that crossover appeal. And his activism work, apparently he goes pretty hard in the paint with activism. I don't fucking know.
Okay, like I said, I'm pretty sure if you
definitely not mix the two.
if you wear a flag in your photo shoot, then you're just deemed an activist, and that's all he's done. Like they do these photo shoots of just ripping off other artists. Like to a lot of like younger fans, Green Day is a new band. Like I'll never forget when American Idiot came out and people told me, "Have you heard of this new band, Green Day?"
Fuck, son. Come on, please. We were just talking about some other shit the other day about Green Day and how ridiculous their first couple albums are. And I mean, is it the Green Day allure? I mean, what is it? He has like that punk rock look, but I mean, he looks kind of like a mix between Billy Joe and the dude from fucking, uh, what's that DJ? What's that dual band? Prodigy? The fucking white dude in
Oh,
Prodigy. He kind of
you
looks like
talking about the
him and
dude
Billy.
that died?
Yeah, yeah,
The one with
yeah.
the Liberty spikes?
Yeah, him
Yeah,
and
R.I.P. I don't know your name, but shit, it
it
sucked that he
was
died.
this
Prodigy was dope.
the same. Yeah, but anyways, this guy
Fire
he looks like
starter.
a mix between Billy Joel and him. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, I'll give you that because that guy was loony. They
Mr.
were
Blood,
fucking wild.
You're 23. You know, have fun, man. Don't go too hard.
Yeah, enjoy your year of fame while it lasts. Hurry up and drop that album.
For what it's worth.
So while we're speaking about idiots I don't like, I wanted to debut a new segment. Brian doesn't even know about this segment. This is the Idiot
Oh,
of the
no.
Week segment.
Get
Yeah.
it?
It might not be a regular thing because I don't leave the house enough to see enough idiots, but you know what? This one was definitely worthy of it. Our idiot of the week this week is Dayton Castro of San Antonio, Texas.
Out loud. We're just gonna go with it out loud.
Oh yeah, we're
Oh.
going there. Dayton
Oh.
Castro is a member of San Antonio shitcore band Offender. You may recognize him because we featured him 2 weeks ago in our open challenge, where we tried to give young, struggling inner city kids a chance to really shine. And unfortunately, one of those broke piece of shit inner city kids was Dayton Castro. Since then, he's gone public
Wow.
as to bash his producer who recorded him for the low because of the pandemic. A lot of producers with home studios were cutting rates, doing
Shout out,
shit a lot
producer.
cheaper. Yeah, shout out producer Vinny Esmeralda. What's good with you?
Oh, I was
Shout
gonna
out
drop
him
names,
if you want to
but
get
okay.
your record done for the low. He claims that this producer stole money from him for recording 2 songs that he never received. And so I jumped in, tried to mediate this shit, tried to help out a friend, and tried to make Dayton look less stupid, which, let me tell you, is an incredibly difficult task. Dayton wanted to go public and post on Facebook that he had money stolen from him, even though this was money, I would say, well spent, but maybe he didn't keep up on it so much. So he calls out the producer, says the
What's up,
songs
Vinny?
were unfinished. The entire problem is that Dayton is a vocalist, albeit a shitty vocalist, maybe the worst in all of Texas. I mean, dude, you could go dig up Dimebag right now, and he would probably be able to like lay a couple riffs and vocals better than Dayton ever could.
Ouch.
Sorry, was that
Ouch.
sacrilegious, Texas? Sorry.
I mean, a little rough, I guess.
So what happened is Dayton
Bring
never
him in there.
finished recording. He never went back to record his vocals for the songs that he paid for. He expected the producer to call him and babysit him and say, "Hey, you didn't finish this, let's come back." Dayton told him, "Hey, keep it. Keep it." Quote, "keep it." Because it featured an ex-member, and apparently when you're in a local band and don't deal with royalties, having an ex-member that you have a beef with, that's just, you can't have them on your song. So of course the producer's going to go and get your new member and record him for free, pro bono. Right? Wrong. This dumbass accused him of stealing because he never went back and fulfilled his duties as a vocalist to finish the record. How can you finish a record if it doesn't have the vocals on it? Do you record them yourself? Because then you wrote and record it. It's no longer their song. It could be your song. But then you have a shitty deathcore song to your name, and it's mediocre as fuck. So, like, it's not like you're going to get famous off it. I just think it was hilarious that this guy went out of his way to look like an asshole. And when told, "Hey, take that down, I'll work with you, and I'll figure all this out for you," just to help you out, because clearly you don't get it. He wouldn't take it down. I had to Facebook report him. And if anyone knows about Facebook's terms of service, it would be your boy, Matt Musselwhite, currently facing 17 more days on ban. Yep. I know him quite well.
It's gonna be a hard 17 days. It's gonna be a hard
Yep, I
17 days.
reported his
Hey,
post. It got taken down, and shutting him up was insanely difficult. He even told me that he was in the wrong, but he wouldn't
and
shut the hell up.
I was just gonna comment on that. So, hey Dayton, listen, buddy. I think that if you're gonna play along in the game, you should read the instructions and you should understand how you're playing. And I understand that you didn't get what you wanted out of this, and I understand that it was a bum deal on your end. But hey, that's the music industry. Uh, Instead of airing your grievances out on a public forum where people are supposed to be professional and supposed to be networking and supposed to be, communicating, you're showing a side of yourself that is, nobody's gonna want to deal with that. And when professionalism is being put into place, and when
What?
you're trying to, give yourself
Dude,
and
I
your
don't give a
band
fuck
a
what you
decent
do.
name, it's probably not the best way to go about it.
We'll bring it. It'll
And
probably
for
take
sure,
3 years to record, anyways.
don't admit being wrong. Don't ever admit being wrong, because if you admit you're
You know who
wrong,
that was?
who?
That was fucking Dayton.
Ah,
He said he's gonna write a diss track on me now.
yeah. Ah, no, no.
And look,
Oh, no.
people, we don't
What,
bring this up
2025?
to
2025?
we don't bring this up to single him out because there's a million dumbass motherfuckers like Dayton in the scene. It just goes to show you on two sides. One, charge more when you record people, so broke bitches that complain about $200 won't be so salty about it because it's a service that they could never afford in the first place. Kind of why I wear nice Nikes that you can't afford, because then you're not going to be able to critique me on them because you wear fucking Toms. Also, don't be a jackass. The main goal of having a local band is to get people to like you. You're playing a popularity race. It's like high school, except you're slightly more grown and a lot of your peers are fucking underage kids and you need to police that. That's the, 500th reference to fucking kids I think we made?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're getting paid by the mention. It just
No.
goes to show you, like, you don't want to be that asshole on the internet that everyone points and laughs at. Look, like, we've made fun of plenty of people that are like that. You're in a band, get people to like your band, get people to like your music. When I brought this up to him, he threw in my face that his band is named Offender, and the thing that he's best at is accidentally offending people. That is all a ruse. We're talking about a disliked, unfortunate, untalented son of a bitch. And it wouldn't be that way if he tried. If he tried to get people to like his band or did better vocals. This is just advice to everyone because we want your unsigned band to be good. We want it to be good enough that we want to reach out and interview you without you asking to be interviewed by us. That's the goal. I want to find young, hype, dope ass bands and showcase them before you blow up and get too big to mess with me. Unfortunately, I can't do that with the likes of a Dayton Castro. So he is our idiot of the week.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be a regular
segment?
thing. Let's hope it's less regular than like who blocked me this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the other segment we had? Controversial or stupid?
Yes, controversial or dumb or whatever. Yeah, controversial or stupid.
Yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, maybe throw us some feedback and see if that's a segment you guys enjoyed. Because I know I did,
Yeah.
and I know some people that did, and I know one person that didn't.
Yes.
It's a good way to get your band advertised, though. I'm not gonna throw your Facebook name or anything like that up. So
We
fuck
did
it.
say it a couple times though. It's worth something.
Whatever. It'd be a shame if he got AIDS. Anyways, album reviews. Who do you got?
My top 3 for the week are gonna be In Heart's Wake, Slaves, and Amine. I know you didn't like Amine.
In what order?
Slaves is probably my number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. In Heart's Wake, number 3. Amine was number 2. In Heart's Wake, I'll start there. We're getting another In Heart's Wake album. What I do like about them is that they're keeping their theme and their symbolism, the imagery, the same. It's about love, it's about energy, it's about perseverance and just all that positivity and bullshit that I like. It got a little weird. Now, it got weird when they released their first 2 singles. Their first single, I believe, was Hellbringer. Their second single was Son of a Witch. Both of these include some like DJ pop elements, some like techno almost.
I'm glad you said
dance-core.
that. It's programmed drums, right?
Not just programmed drums, but like little little effects, little things that are
The
thrown
intro
in there.
especially, and then I believe parts of Hellbringer did as well, and
Oh,
that
a bunch of the songs do. A bunch
that
of the
turned me
songs
on
do.
to it. I dug it.
It's so it reminds me a little bit of kind of what Northlane is doing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what Thornhill's done, and I really liked their most recent album. I'm not mad at In Heart's Wake. In Heart's Wake is a band that I've really been into since they released their first album. They've been around for the last I would say like 7-8 years. You know they've toured with the likes of Parkway Drive and North Lane. I Killed the Prom Queen. They're huge in
So
Australia.
all the
They've
Aussie bands.
all the Aussie bands. They've made a huge impact here in the states. They tour the states pretty frequently,
They were
and
on 2016 Warp Tour. Their merch
yeah,
guy did not give me a T-shirt.
and they're kind of crossing that new metal boundary where they are probably going to be getting some mainstream play. They are probably going to be getting some heavier, radio play in some regional areas. They do have two tracks where they feature like some pop artists. One of them is called Georgia Flood. That song right now is my favorite. And I'm going to get the track name for you right now. Um, he has a line in it, and this was my one gripe. And this album got a lot of really positive reviews. New Noise gave it a 5 out of 5. Kerrang gave it a 4 out of 5. There were a couple questionable ones in there, a couple like controversial takes on it, but
Metalcore
the
albums typically don't get great reviews.
they do when it's like from those types of like Revolver gave it a 4.5 out of 5, right? So it's those types of publications where if you get a good review in them, you're at least on like a mainstream radar to a degree. And I think that's why these guys got that kind of acclaim for this album. I think that this is Dystopia is another great track. The one that I was talking about is Crossroads. It's got a lot of that mainstream radio friendly heavier new metalcore style that is gonna get, I think, probably played in the background of fucking some action trailer or some shit like that. It's gonna be picked up on, I think. And again, In Heart's Wake has been consistent with their theme, and they haven't changed their sounds to like alienate themselves from, I think, fans of their original stuff. So I really enjoyed it. Amine, I'm a big Amine fan. I know you weren't too into him.
Oh, no, I got some shit on In Heart's Wake.
Okay, I
Hold
thought
on.
you were gonna go after me.
I like In Heart's Wake. I
No, you're
like
good.
the record. It's still heavy. They're still trying to save the earth, which has been like the main theme of the band since the get-go.
And
Um,
themselves.
yeah, that's something a lot of people like to dig because it's not like necessarily a Christian band, but it does have some values to it. I dug it. You can tell the progression from the last album when it comes to like those programmed drums, the little dancey stuff we're talking about. I think that was a good feel to it. Uh, dare I say this is the heaviest record they've released? I feel like it is.
It is in the tuning, in like the dun dun dun, the way it like rings out. Yeah, I don't think it's their most like aggressive like Blitzkrieg style album. No, I want to say probably Divinate, whatever the first album was. I can't pronounce it right now, but yeah, Doom wise it is. Yeah, the gloom to it, the low tuning, the like slow beats to them. Yes, it is.
I dig it. I like it.
It's
I,
it's
I would say
deeper.
those are accurate reviews of the album. I think if you're already a fan of this band, then this CD
Exactly.
dropping is like a big deal to you because it's going to deliver exactly what you've come to expect from them, but it's better. It's their best project, probably.
See, that's where I'm like, hey, I appreciate it in Heart's Wake. I like it because it's in Heart's Wake. I'm gonna like anything they put out. They've earned that in me as a fan. I don't think it's their best. I was a little off put by Hellbringer, and I was not into Son of a Witch at all. I thought the title
Hellbringer's
track was kind of
heavy.
lame sounding. It is, but it's the new metal heavy, and I'm not too into it. Um, you know, I think that the Son of a Witch title is kind of cheesy. They also use a line in that song Crossroads that I really like. And the line is, with these vibrant lights come violent ends. And
The fuck does that mean?
so Westworld, which is a fucking very
Oh,
popular show.
I'm tuning out.
No, but listen, their line, and it's a really popular line. It was the main line in the first season that kept getting repeated by all the robots. It's these violent, these oh shit, these violent delights have these violent ends or some shit like that. Basically, they were copying. You fucking asshole. They were copying it, and it was kind of cheesy. And I was just, that's where they lost me a little bit because I don't understand where they're going.
Um, In Heart's Wake is going to be third on my top three for the week. I know we don't agree on number one and two. Um,
And number
okay,
two
so
was Amine. Yeah, I was
you
about
brought
it.
up this artist to me. I saw him on the new music column, and I was like, I don't know who that is. So I initially skipped over him. You bring him up, I go back to him. It's not a bad record. I'm not going to say this guy sucks. The problem I have with this record is that it's basic. It doesn't do enough for me because if you're going to grab me, it's either got to be that gangsta shit, rap about selling a brick, rap about something, shooting some guns, doing something cool, or make it a catchy pop song. And I don't think he did either one of those, and that bothered me.
I can see that. So he got a lot of hype in 2017 with his track Caroline. It was on his debut album. He was one of Double XL's Freshman of the Year too, right? So
Oh
he had
God, they've had some of the worst
along with
people in the freshmen.
it was the year with Extension and a couple other big names. It was that year. It was a
XXX
really big.
Tentacion.
It was a real big year. And so since then, he's had some hype behind him. 1.5, his album that came out, I think, in 2018 or 2019, last year maybe, phenomenal. That album is his best album to date. It trumps this most recent release. Although I've only listened to the most recent release once, I did a playthrough today, and I really enjoyed it. Again, I'm an Amine fan, and I think that there's a lot to be said about this album because I do think it's a little bit slower. 1.5 is really aggressive. 1.5 is really, it's really hype, and Good For You was more like a mix between these last two albums. So they fit, but it wasn't as a decent of a follow up. I still really enjoyed it. I know you're not going to be too into it, but at the same time, it's a decent, consistent sound. And this guy doesn't, I don't think, need to represent gangster rap or need to talk about selling bricks or any of that bullshit because he just has he has a really dope flow. He does I think, some really decent stuff on the producing aspect of it. He does a lot of his own producing, and I thought it was a good release. The only reason it got above In Heart's Wake is because, again, In Heart's Wake, their singles I wasn't too feeling too much, and this album actually brought me back to it. I was afraid I wasn't gonna like this In Heart's Wake album, so the songs brought me back to it. Amine just it was a solid album for sure.
I didn't like his flow. I thought that he look, if you're gonna do that monotone thing like a 21 Savage or a Gunna, then you need to be super swaggy with it as well, And I didn't think he brought that. As a comparison, the other freshman, double XL freshman class of 2017, this is why he falls short. A Boogie with the Hoodie, P&B Rock, Playboy Cardi, Cap G, Kyle, Ugly God, Made in TYO, and XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
So that's why he gets buried. Him, and maybe Cap G. I don't know. He might be like the wackest on that list.
He's still in that class though. You're not
That
putting that
doesn't mean
class
anything to
unless
be on the list though, because they put
Oh,
some
come
real
on,
shitty
come
stinkers in the
on.
list.
Most
They
of the
do.
people, they
The
do.
best
but
part
most
is
of
that they do a freshman cipher, and a lot of these cats don't freestyle. And so, listen to the Kodak Black one. I'm pretty sure he avoided freestyling. It's really bad.
I mean, you don't have to freestyle to be a good artist. I feel like we're picking at straws here now.
For reference, 2018, Ski Mask, Slump God, Little Pump, Smoke Perp, Block Boy
Exactly.
JB, Wi-Fi's Funeral, and Trippy Red.
Hey, you're a part of an illustrious group. Is my point, my guy. Come on, get the fuck over
Illustrious!
it. Get the fuck over it. You're being put up there with some names. He was a freshman. He was picked up for a reason. Caroline, you know Caroline. I know you do. So don't act like you don't fucking know what that song is. I bet you listen to it. You do.
I'll look it up, but I don't know that shit.
Caroline. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't like the record. I tried, but I didn't. My number 2 of the week is gonna be Slaves to Better Days. This record slaps. This is a great rock record. It's almost hard to call it a post-hardcore record because it doesn't have a lot of post-hardcore vibes. I mean, I guess loosely it fits in there, but it's pretty much a rock album, just straight up. It's really good. The vocals are layered perfectly. I noticed a similar trend that Icy Stars had used on their Treehouse album, where he sings in either a really high octave or it's modified to where the pitch is a lot higher, and it complements the normal vocals. So I really dig that. It's kind of like having a female with a high pitched voice singing behind you. This is definitely Slaves as a band, their most complete project to date. They did a great job getting a new vocalist. His name's Matt McAndrew. He was featured in The Voice. The dude kills it. He probably does a lot less drugs than Johnny. It's the same band. This like for the most part, without the shitty members. Same structure almost. Like when you listen to these songs, you can almost imagine Johnny being on them. But when
Exactly.
I start to think about that, it makes me think like, okay, if Johnny was on this album, then the singles that we heard before the album dropped, they would have been good. They would have been killer. Maybe they would have been better than Matt McAndrew. But Johnny albums are notorious for being like 75% filler. And I don't think this record has as many filler tracks as a Johnny Craig release. And so that's what I think I appreciate the most. Like, this is a band that is on their way to doing big shit. They could break out of this scene. They could say goodbye to like Warped Tour style band tours and festivals and do like big time rock shows, do TV. I believe it's either tonight or this weekend. They're doing a CD release show at the Whiskey a Go Go in Hollywood. So shouts to them. Shouts to our girl Nikki Marie Keppert that works out there. She's cool as shit. I like this record a lot. It's a killer record. It's just not my number one.
It is my number one. So I appreciate that you like it, giving me the little segue there. Yeah, you made a lot of great points. Track number one, well, the intro is just a 1 minute and 5 second little opener. But track number one is Prayers. And I thought that that was like a Johnny Craig song for a second. It sounds like it was written for Johnny Craig. Um, it sounds like the opener to the Emarosa album that Johnny was on. It sounds like the opener to, fucking I Invented Times New Roman. It is one of those songs that is powerful, has like a real good hook to it, has a lot of like memorable melodies to it, and he carries his voice a lot like Johnny did. And for a second, had you not known the backstory that he's a fucking professional vocalist and this is something, he's an artist as well coming into a band. He's not just someone that's replaced Johnny Craig. You would think that this was a Johnny Craig song, and that's how the rest of the album plays out. The album is, like you said, I think it's an album that puts them out of the post-hardcore era. I think it puts them in a whole nother subgenre of themselves. Something like an Emarosa, something like they're just hitting another spectrum. They're not in the post-hardcore realm anymore. I was really into it, and I sent this to Matt. I said that it's a perfect album to play in the background, or the perfect soundtrack for a productive day, because you can put this on and you're not going to be in like a dull mood whatsoever. Even the slower tracks, Clean Again, and I want to say Bury a Lie, or maybe Heavier. No, Heavier was actually pretty fast paced. But anyways, there's a couple slower
Talk
tracks
to
on
your
there.
friends or talk to friends.
Talk
That's
to
a
your
good
friend.
one.
Yes, yes.
It's a
The
good
slower
one.
tracks they're still groovy tracks. You want to dance. I was showing Becca, and she was into it, and so it's a step above what Slaves was with Johnny, because you knew you were getting this. You don't know what you were getting. You know, if you were getting a drunk Johnny in the studio. You don't know if you were getting a Johnny that was trying to cope with a bunch of different bullshit. You knew you were just getting a Johnny Craig album, so it was kind of exciting in that way. But this is an album that sets them apart from that Slaves portion, right there. That was a different era of Slaves, and this is the McAndrew era, let's call it, right? It's not even going to be Slaves anymore. They're going to change the name. So it was awesome. I think that for the most part, it's a solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 if I'm giving it a number. I don't really like doing that, although something stuck out to me. The song Eye Opener actually has the exact same melody, almost to a T, as Call Me Maybe by Jay Renner, or whatever her name is. Almost the exact same melody. And I encourage listeners to, and the reason I was able to pick up on it is because I was feeling the album so much as I was listening to it, as the tempo started and as the melody went in. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it kicked me out of the song real quick because I recognized it from something else, and it took me a second. But it's that song. It goes side by side, and it's pretty crazy. But it's for a brief second. It doesn't take away from the song. It's a phenomenal track, phenomenal album. My number one.
It's cool to hear you say that because I had the same issue with the amino acid album. The first song on the Amine CD has a sample. I don't know what the song it is that it's sampling, but I do know that the exact same sample in the exact same style was used on a Schoolboy Q song. So when I heard it, I'm like, oh, I've already heard this. And then I heard his take on it, and I'm like, well, your spin isn't cooler than what Schoolboy did on the beat or on the flow. So this track is a miss for me.
Yeah, you'll have to put that in my view because I didn't think
I
of it.
don't know the name of the
I'm a big
Schoolboy song, and
Schoolboy
it could
Q
have been a
fan.
bonus track.
I've seen Schoolboy, and that's like, yeah, no, I'm a big Schoolboy fan.
Oh, I love Schoolboy. Yeah, he's in a category of his own. TDE, that's
Yep,
amazing shit. Um, to top it off, I think the Slaves record's really good. I think they have a bright fucking future. They've got rid of the bad apples in the band, and I do think Johnny kind of overshadowed the band, whether in the sense
of
of like
course.
people are only going to see Johnny where they don't appreciate the band members like as a cohesive unit, or you're getting an album where the thought process is Johnny's on it, it'll sell anyways. We can put a shitty song on and he'll just sing over it because I
Hmm.
know that's happened on Johnny's solo albums and a few like other tracks he's done with bands. That always kind of bothered me. I love this vocalist. I think they're dope as shit. If they top this album with great live performances, sky's the limit for the band. I mean, they're going to be 1,000 times greater than they ever were with Johnny.
That's where we're gonna really see where slaves and whatever they decide they're gonna be after the slave's name ends. But this is where we're gonna figure out where they really stand. Is how well can they perform live? Can this guy hit these types of notes live? Can he perform this album live? Can the band be consistent live? And did you know if the Whiskey A Go Go is a virtual performance or is it in front of an audience?
Yeah, there's no one there.
I
It's
mean,
strictly for
hey,
live streaming.
you should hit your girl up and get us in because I'd be real interested to see how they do.
I mean, get us in is literally like, hey, that's a great
Give us the
photo you
code.
took. May I use it?
No, she can't get us like a stream code. She can get us a stream code, son. Come on, show it to her.
Oh, I don't know if it's free or not. I didn't do a lot of research on that. I just know it was
Why
happening.
she
Plus,
gets us in, dog?
I didn't want to promote something that airs opposite of our show.
Dang, that's how you know you're not a real one. Go. What were you gonna say? What's your
Fuck
number
that.
one?
It's all about me.
What's your number
My
one?
number one for the week, by far, the deluxe edition of Pop Smoke's debut full length album. His album came out a couple weeks ago, but this is the full length. You get like twice the album. You get some extra guest features from big artists like Young Thug and Gunna. Um, the man unfortunately lost his life at the ripe young age of 20 years old. It sucks. Um, Pop Smoke could have been one of the biggest rappers in the game. The artists he was affiliated with, putting out projects with Travis Scott, working with UK artists, coining the term Brooklyn drill. The dude has a very unique voice, very deep voice. It was fucking incredible. I love the album. It's definitely his most complete project. Sadly, it might be the only complete project we get because his previous releases of Meet the Woo and Meet the Woo Part 2, they're more of like mixtapes and street albums, whereas this is a full complete album. Like the whole process was done. It unfortunately came out after his death. It's called Aim for the Stars, Shoot for the Moon. Deluxe edition is out now. I recommend everyone go check that out, whether you like hip hop or not. It's dope. It's got something on there for everyone. If you like more of the street shit, then his Meet the Woo series is really where it's at because he's one of those rappers that you can tell he likes production because he only fucks with fire ass beats. So I really like this album. It's really good. It's my number one for the week because I still think that the new songs released on it are better to me. I enjoyed them more than In Heart's Wake and Slaves. So there you go. There's also a really sick Scarlord album out. If you're fans of him, he is a UK rapper from Wolverhampton. His hardcore band broke up and now he scream raps. So that's pretty cool. I think all the emo kids could appreciate it.
For all of our hardcore fans out there, Year of the Knife just put out a brand new album, and it is fucking intense. It is like 30 minutes of just madness. So getting that.
I don't even know what
Year
that
of the
means.
Knife. Year of the Knife is a three-piece hardcore band, dude, and they go fucking shred. They
Oh,
shred your
three piece?
fucking
No, I don't listen
face
to
off.
3-piece bands since Nirvana,
Shred
dude.
your face off, son. I think they're a three-piece.
Um,
There might be a four-piece and just lost a guy.
Watch, they have a touring member and it makes you a liar.
I know. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think Black Keys is a duo, even though they have a touring member. So I could say I don't like 3-pieces. Dying Fetus,
You like
they're
three-piece and a soda?
ooh, ho, jalapeno honey, chicken. Yeah.
Year of the Knife is a five-piece led by a female vocalist. So my bad.
Wow. Wow, way to
No,
sell it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's
There
accurate.
is it really a female vocalist?
No, I don't know. Hold on, I'm figuring that
Oh,
out.
I was gonna say, what the fuck, dude?
Figuring that out. That might be.
Like you're way off. As we wait for Brian to do research,
No, we're here. We're doing it. It is a female vocalist. Get it?
cray cray, just fucking unbelievable. And while we have this dead silence, I just want to point this out to everyone. This is my Twitter handle down here. It's a
It's
terrible
not a
name
female
because some
vocalist.
son of a bitch stole my actual name. So go on Twitter, follow me. We've recently surpassed a good amount of followers, and I still need more. And you should hear my rants and the awful shit I have to say. You can get it daily if you follow me on Twitter. I'm also available on Instagram at iHateTheScene. You can follow all our social medias at iHateTheScene.com. We also have a YouTube channel. It's real easy. Real fucking easy. You know how easy it is, Brian?
How easy
This
is it,
easy.
Matt?
YouTube.com/C/iHateTheScene. Boom. Don't know why there had to be a C in there. I think it stands for channel, but they did it anyways. So there
Does
it
stand
is.
for channel.
Boom.
We're gonna do weird head shit now.
I also got a TikTok, and that's probably going to be
You
shut
got
down
40
pretty
days.
soon.
You got 40 days, TikTok. Hey,
40,
the
45.
clock's a ticking.
Yeah, so go follow my TikTok and
That's a
suck
good
up
one.
all that shit while you can. You're basically getting 1-minute condensed clips from the show and a few live performances from bands at Download Fest, or maybe it was Sworn In performing a really shitty performance in Austin, Texas. So definitely go check that out.
Wow.
Brian, where can they find you besides at Popeyes in line for an hour?
They can find me at Of Brian of Death right there. Yep, Of Brian of Death on Instagram and on Twitter. You can also find my podcast, The Common Chaos Podcast, where you can get a woke T-shirt at thecommonchaos.net. Matt has been a guest on my podcast before, and I've had other guests on there as well. So check.
That's a lie. I
that
was
out.
never on that show. It doesn't exist.
Check that out. We just yesterday did an episode of Worship and Tribute Nerd with our good friend Rickshaw, aka Michael Martin, formerly of iWabo, and now of the Worship and Tribute Nerd podcast. And guess what? Your boys were on it. Your boys were on their first official podcast as guests. That's right. We were on an audio only exclusive of Worship and Tribute Nerds. You can catch that out
We were actually all
check
naked
that
while we
out.
recorded it.
in
was fun.
Rickshaw's house, in his house in front
Yeah.
of his dogs, buck
Yeah,
naked.
his dogs think we are weird.
Yep, and they really like Matt's feet. It's kind of weird. So yeah, you can check him out, Rickshaw, and all his hilarity. Worship.
I made
and
so many gay jokes
I
that
was
his
doing
chick
a
actually
fucking
thought I was
read.
gay.
I was
No,
doing
we
a read.
we can't promote it too much because we still need to kick his ass next week.
Worship. Yes. So we also have something coming up with him next week that Matt just so blatantly said right now. You guys,
It's
can't
called a
even be
teaser, and it's a
surprised.
professional radio trick.
Worship and Tribute Nerds on Instagram, YouTube. Get it in your ears, motherfuckers. We were on it. Check it
Definitely
out.
don't subscribe to them on YouTube. Definitely don't follow I Hate Ghosts on Instagram or Twitter. Definitely don't listen to iWabo or buy their merch. Definitely
Yeah.
don't support Michael Rickshaw Martin. Definitely don't.
Unless you go
Okay.
listen to the episode we were on.
Oh yeah, unless you want to listen to
And
when he
support it.
guested on our show, because that was actually good. We purposely made his show suck when we guested on it.
I actually thought it was great. I enjoyed it. Mike, I had a fucking brilliant time. Can I call you Mike? Just kidding.
No,
Not you. bitch.
I purposely tried to sabotage it, and I said so many gay jokes. This chick actually thought I was gay. I thought that was cool. I was like, no, I'm just an ally.
I'm just an ally. You're trying to sneak in, you fucking fool. I almost said another word.
Whoa, yo, hey, don't drop the N word like you did that other podcast,
Hey,
Brian.
dude, what are you talking about? Dude.
Just so I make my quota, fucking kids.
That's
that-
Cha-ching!
It makes it an even 70.
Yes. All right. Are we done? Are we out of here?
We are done. I don't have any other. New updates on Grand Theft Auto. New updates on Red Dead Redemption. If you play on Xbox Live, make sure you follow me. EYESEE space HYPHY. That is IC hyphy on Xbox Live. I will fuck you up on the streets of Los Santos. Or if
Yeah,
I
he
see
will.
you moseying around in Strawberry, guess what? It's a strawberry. I'm a noose you and rob you, bitch. Only if you're white though, because we don't play that race shit.
There you
Equal
go.
opportunity hate here.
Yep. We're all inclusive hate over here at I Hate the Scene, and that's what you got for us. We appreciate you, folks. Thank you for tuning in today. We'll be here the same time next week.
With a guest. Imagine that.
With a fucking guest this time. Holy shit. We hope. Fingers crossed.
It's going to be a guest, and we're going to
Yep.
make fun of him a lot. So tune in. It's going to be way better than this show. Sorry, everybody.
We love you. Bye.